Hey, I'm Ryan McCaffrey with IGN, joined by 343 Industries lead multiplayer designer, Kevin Franklin, and we are seeing what here in Halo 4?
We're looking at Flood for the very first time on...
Whoa, Flood? Is this the campaign? What's going on?
No, we are still in competitive multiplayer. Flood is our spiritual successor to Infection.
Thank goodness. You had me freaked out for a minute there.
Yeah.
So what is Flood mode all about here in multiplayer?
So Infection was all about zombies versus survivors,
yes.
And for Halo 4, we knew how much people loved Infection. We were playing it online all the time. We just loved the fast action of the sword versus shotgun, and we really wanted to rebuild it for Halo 4. But fitting with the Reborn, we knew we couldn't just leave it as it is. So we created Flood, which really creates a role for the Flood and lets you step into the shoes of this infected Spartan.
So it looks like right now we are not infected. We look pretty damn normal Spartan human guy.
That's right, we're a survivor. We've got active camo, which is one of the abilities you can choose as a survivor. And there's a Flood coming right for us. Kynan just took him down really well with a shotgun.
As Kynan Pearson, the lead multiplayer map designer, is doing the driving for us, and he's playing pretty well here.
He definitely knows what he's doing. So these Flood, they can move very quickly and jump fast. At a range, they're not too much of a threat, but when they start getting close to you, you better watch out.
So I noticed we've got a shotgun and a pistol. Is a pistol really going to do anything against these guys?
Well, lots of bullets to the chest, not so much. But if you manage to nail him in the head, you get almost an instant headshot from killing him from long range. To sort of balance this, the survivors have a very limited magnum supply. But as you can see, it didn't work for Kynan. He's become a Flood.
So that is not a sword. Even the icon indicates sword, but that is something else on our arm here.
Yes, Kynan's using a special, unique Flood armor we created just for this mode, and the Flood claw, which is just in this mode. We fitting with being the king in Regicide or being the flag carrier in CTF. We really wanted it to be a special experience when you become a Flood. So we did everything from dynamic music to special particle effects, unique armor set, and of course the claw. We also have a visual effect that goes on the screen. You similar to a damage boost or a speed boost, but it's a very unique one for the Flood.
Right. So it looked like we did have a few armor ability choices as the survivor.
Yes, you can choose a few. We're still working on exactly which ones go into the playlist. Kynan's got Promethean Vision here. You can also use Hard Light Shield. And we can roll through each of those in detail as well.
Let's see. Oh, there's one.
There's one. That kind of helps you spot the Flood from further distance away. One thing we are able to do, because Flood is its own mode now, is we have full customization that's independent of everything else. So when you are customizing or we're tuning the hoppers, all the armor abilities can be tuned differently, which is very helpful, especially for the Flood as they get that thrust pack and can just fly across the map.
So as you've said, but just to be absolutely clear, we will have this in the matchmaking playlist. You'll be able to jump right on Xbox Live and go right into a Flood game.
That's right. It'll be there for launch, and we have 6 maps in the playlist for launch that we're looking at. Of course, we're tuning and exploring with new Forge ones as well. So here he's got his options here. The thrust, you can use thrusters, Promethean Vision, or active camo as a Flood.
But would the camo really be all that useful because you're moving so fast?
Well, we do have players that camp as Flood. It really lets you choose which type of game style you're going after. You know, it's not just run for the closest enemy anymore. Some players will camp and wait for the survivors to get out of position, or they'll use their teammates to lure them into position. It's really an interesting team experience because you can be standing shoulder to shoulder with a buddy, protecting each other, and then as soon as he gets converted, he's coming right after you.
So this is the map Solace, which looks like it's one of the smaller maps of Halo 4, I would suspect.
Yeah, it's a small to medium-sized map. We really focused it on Team Slayer, but it's supporting a 10-player Flood game really well, and also supports 5-on-5 CTF.
And is 10 players the max for Flood?
Yes. Another thing that's new, that's different from Infection, is now whenever a round starts, it'll sort of check, have you been Flood before, how often have you been Flood before, when did you spawn as Flood. So you get a really even distribution on your initial spawns per round of whether you're a survivor or a Flood.
It sort of seems fitting that we're playing on this map because we've got some organic mixing with the Full Runner architecture here.
Oh, definitely. One of my favorites to play it on is Adrift, as it's like an abandoned UNSC mining vessel floating around, and you definitely get that haunted feeling with the dynamic music, as you can hear in the background. Yeah, you'll notice Kynan just took off there with a thrust pack. It's been tuned quite differently, so it will throw you really far, and it takes some getting used to, but once you've mastered it, you can really just close those gaps for those quick kills.
So what made you want to bring this back and really sort of formalize it for Halo 4?
I think it had a lot to do with its popularity. In both Halo 3 and Reach, even in 3 when it started just as a weekend playlist, it was getting just incredibly popular results and tons of player counts, and we really listened to that with when we're deciding which modes to bring back. It's a big indicator of like what the community wants to see, and that's certainly led to us wanting to keep it going and carry the torch on to Flood.
It looked like the hard light shield actually blocked Kynan's attack right there.
Yeah, dead on, it will block the attack, but as the Flood move very quickly, they can strafe around you, and you have to be pretty on your game to go that route. But we have seen some great like block shotgun combos. Definitely throws the Flood off. It's I think the loadout choices have really just taken the mode to another level with all the different the different gameplay styles you can approach it with. One thing we didn't get to see here is the Flood assassination, which is another one I think you should all keep an eye out for.
All right, well that is a good look at Flood in Halo 4 War Games. Thanks, Kevin.
No problem.